Hey guys, gwyned here, doing my match for, let's see, this is week 6, I believe, of this Hipsters of the Coast Standard Pauper event. I am playing Selesnya, and here is my opener. It looks like I won the dice roll. No, I'm sorry, I didn't win the dice roll. It just asked me if I want a mulligan. This is not a mulligan, that's a keep. So my opponent won the dice roll, he's going first. So earliest play will be a turn 3 Centaur Keeper, which isn't great. Okay, so it looks like Golgari Gilgate could be a lot of things, but most likely, unfortunately, is going to be Flickergate. So that's a hard matchup, I think, for just about any deck. And I've got some answers in the sideboard, but not a lot of answers in the main. So yeah, it's probably what I'm up against here with an Elvish Visionary. Land there is not great, so unfortunately we'll just pass the turn back. So looks like I'll do a turn 3 Centaur into a turn 4 Primal Hunt Beast into a turn 5 Sentinel Spider, which isn't terrible, but against Selesnya you really want to have a pretty fast start, and this is definitely not a fast start. So let's see what my opponent's got here. Got a Gatekeeper Vine, that's fine. I'll take my point of damage here. Okay, well, Seraph is a good draw. So here we want to go ahead and drop the Centaur. And we pass the turn back. It doesn't have double black for removal. We could have, well, he does now. Could have murder, could have, it doesn't look like it's either of those. Well, this could be murder. No? Gatekeepers. Okay, that's a little unfortunate. Draw another Seraph, which I think I could attack here. I might get a chance to kill the creepers if I do that. I don't have a follow-up. Still think it's worth it though. I don't think he'll block here, but if he does, the chance to kill the gatekeepers obviously would be pretty good, so I think it's worth the risk. You know, he's tapped out, so he's not going to have a trick. Yeah, not surprisingly, he just lets that go. So the question is, do I want to do the Seraph or the Primal Hunt Beast? I think here, I mean, he's probably got a removal spell. Nice thing about the Hunt Beast is I know it'll keep all his guys back. It's going to be a while before I can play anything else. I think it's worth the risk, even though he'll probably just murder it. I don't know, I think I'd rather have a blocker. I changed my mind. I'm going to go ahead and play the Hunt Beast here. So that way I guarantee I keep at least that on the board, because he doesn't have any way of interacting with it, and then I might be able to start swinging in with it sooner, just depending on what my draw is here. So let's see what he's got. Another Gatekeeper, alright, so he's got a bazillion million life already. So once again here could swing in with both. I wouldn't end up doing anything else, but I think I'm okay with that if he wants to take 6. Obviously that's not real great for me, but if he doesn't do anything I'll just follow it up with a Spider. And if he blocks, I can pump both of them once. He's tapped out, so I don't have to worry too much about that. I mean, he could double block something, but I'm not particularly worried about that. Because he double blocks, I pump twice and kill one of them, so that's fine. Just going to do that. Okay, that's fine. So I already played a land, yeah, so we will, I don't have any use for the mana. I think I will go ahead and just drop the Spider here, just because it's a little bit, has a little more power and toughness. Keep the Gatekeepers back. He may kill it, but that's fine. I'd like him to waste his removal on this, because flyers are really going to be what's important here. So he doesn't do anything? Doesn't do anything. Okay. So now I think I'm going to keep the Spider back, and we'll just continue to swing in with these, see what he wants to do here. Nothing, okay. Fine with that. We will, I don't think there's any reason to hold up a trick, So I will play out the Seraph as well as the Elven Visionary. And drawn to an Attendant Knight, that's not bad. Obviously, he's still got a lot of life. Could easily have a Flicker in hand. I don't have any way of interacting with the combo pre-board. And Visionary is not great, but it's fine. Gives him some chump blockers. Maybe playing a version that doesn't have as much removal. I've seen very little removal. Oh, and another Seraph is excellent. So we'll just continue to swing in here. I mean, you could very easily have tricks, but I think I'm fine with that. So I'm finally going to get a double block there. Alright. So pump him twice. Yeah, that's definitely the play. So we'll kill one and stay alive. So that's pretty good for me. And drops him down to 17. And then we will play, oops, an Attendant Knight. Alright, and we will pass the turn back. So things are going well so far, but against this particular deck, it doesn't take long for things to start going south. So let's see what he's able to do here. 4 mana, gonna amass the components, alright, that's fine. So it draws him into 2 cards, but essentially drawing him 3, although he has to put 1 back, but with only 3 mana in hand, Flicker doesn't do him a whole lot of good. And really here can swing in for just a ton of damage, which is what I'm going to do. This is target attacker or blocker, yeah, so this will be good for me. I'm just really going to try to put as much pressure on him here as I can. So he's going to block that. Okay, he's blocking that. Fine with that. And that's it. Okay, let's see, does he have a trick? Could just be flickering those. So it doesn't do me any good to do 2 to that, but I could do 2 to the Elvish Visionary now, which prevents half the thing and keeps him from drawing a card. I think I'm okay with that. So we'll do that. Oh wait, all he does is still gets him 7 life, but it does get the flicker down. That's not terrible. Dropping him to 17, and I can go ahead and play this the second Seraph here. So he's going to be able to do a lot if he's got the Flicker in hand. Oh, I'm sorry, if he has the Archomancer in hand, he's going to be in really good shape because he can both Archomancer and Flicker now pretty much every turn. So, but I can definitely do more than 7 damage, so I may be able to push past that. We'll see. I assume this is an Archomancer. Oh no, it's another Gatekeeper. So that's his 3rd one, and now he could just Ghostly Flicker both of them, which hurts, but I think I can keep pushing in for enough damage that I may be able to push through this, we'll see. Plains does not help much. I don't think I want to attack with the Attendant Knight now. So he could double block. I didn't think about that. He could easily double block the Centaur. So that might have been a mistake. That is in fact what he's going to do. I think I'm okay with that. I don't really have anything else to do with my mana. No, and it unfortunately went straight to end step. But even flickering him here without the so he's got a murder for that. Okay. I think I'm fine with that. Definitely staying alive here. Could easily have an Archaeomancer, which would be bad news. Yeah, it looks like an Archaeomancer. Yep. Giving him the Ghostly Flicker back. Yeah, this is a pretty hard thing to win game 1. Not impossible, but very difficult. I assume he'll just hold it in hand, yeah. Alright, and I got the Seraph back, which is good, because that's the one he has the hardest time with. So the 5/5 and the 4/4 can still freely attack. Plus that. I mean, he'll be able to block 2 of them and flicker. But I guess forcing him to do that's fine, because he won't be able to flicker the Archaeomancer too. So he can't flicker both of them. He's got to block. Okay, but he can do it that way. Didn't think about that. But that's fine. Righteous Blow against the Archaeomancer, that would be really nice. Should have saved the Righteous Blow. That was definitely a mistake on my part. But him gaining 7 life is not the end of the world, because I'm doing 7 to him. And I get another Seraph out, which is helpful. Really could use another pump spell here. So he's going to get to the point where he can flicker twice. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So he can flicker twice right now if he doesn't cast anything. Okay, so he can't flicker twice. Let's see what he's got here. And Ebusal guy is not too terrible. You take out the Intendant Knight, that's fine. Alright, Travel Prep is excellent. See if he's got a response here. Thinking about something, but doesn't do anything. We're definitely just going to pump these guys. He could have a murder, but I mean, even still, it's certainly not the end of the world. Okay. Still get pretty decent value out of it. Plus it prevents him from... I should have attacked with the 4/4 too. So I got him down to 12. He's still got a Ghostly Flicker in hand. He did kill a Seraph, but I'll be able to get another Seraph online. Definitely should have attacked in with the 4/4 there. That was a mistake. So let's see what he wants to do. Has another Visionary. This is third. Guess only a second. Okay. Visionary for me is pretty decent. Another pump maybe? Little Cathar's not so great. Again, he can just 1, 2, 3. He can double Ghostly Flicker now, which is definitely a problem. But I might as well make him use up the time to do it. But that also means he can gain 14 a turn, which I'm not going to be able to do enough damage to overcome. Oh, he just took that. That's interesting. Okay, well, I would have expected him to do it again, but maybe he was going to... That was not what I clicked. Well, that is unfortunate, but it's late here. So I'm definitely tired. So he'll probably just flicker the Ubulsal here. But technically it saves me some life, so it's not the end of the world. So yeah, probably not going to win this, although, you know, I must say in my defense, he's not doing a whole lot. Alright. So I think here, rather than giving him some good Ghostly Flicker targets, I'm just going to hit with the Seraph, which he can't block, and just gain the life. And again, my goal here is just to pretty much run him out of time. Make him spend as much time as I can now on the combo. And just let him gain infinite life. I mean, that's fine. I guess he can Ooble Sol. Well, oh, I guess he can do it enough. Alright, well. There's not any way I have to interact with the combo right now, so. But again, I might as well just, make him go through all the motions and spend as much time as I can. If I can get him to spend 10 minutes a game, I'll eventually run him out of time, assuming I can win game 2. Which is definitely tough, but, not undoable. It's probably just expecting me to concede, but, this is for all the peanuts, so I'm certainly not going to concede. I'm going to make him earn every penny of it. So that's fine. Kills the angel. But meanwhile, I'm at 44 life, so, whatever. And if he's not going to do any damage, then I actually will win the game. Okay, so pacifism is pretty much terrible here, because it does nothing for me. But I will go ahead and attack with the Seraph. And he can do all the flickering he wants to do. Again, I'm just happy to use up his clock. Because even killing all my guys, it's going to take him a long time to win. Now he's just gaining some life, so that's fine. Again, I'm happy for him to waste his time doing that. Burn his clock down, hold on to my life total, etc. Alright, well, we'll just keep passing him now. He's definitely got the lock, which is fine. Again, I don't really care. I mean, I know I've lost this game, but, I also know that he's got to sit there and do all his flickering thing, and it takes him a while. Got him down to 19 minutes already. It's definitely one of the few disadvantages of playing this deck, is that it can be very time consuming. And especially if you don't have a lot of win conditions in there. I mean, yeah, attacking with a bunch of 2/2s or 2/4s is certainly doable, and he can basically eliminate all my creatures this way, but, I'm happy just to let him do that. Shame land destruction isn't really a thing, but you would have to have so much land destruction here to get any real value out of it. It would be pretty insane. Alright, so now he's killing my little scrabbly dudes, so again, that's, that is fine. So I've got mana's coming out the wazoo. I'm sorry, not mana. I've got life coming out the wazoo. So not the most interesting game 1, but I think the point of game 1 is just to, get as much value as you can. You get to see most of his deck. Well, probably not most of it. He's not drawing as many cards as I would think he would. See if I draw anything useful here. I mean, that's not bad, only in that he can't interact with it. If I drew another pump spell, I could pump it up, and it just makes it so he has a lot fewer options as far as getting rid of my guys, so that's nice. So these hunt masters are definitely nice, and he can, again, he can drain me now to a turn that way. I guess 2, 4, 6 a turn, so I might force him to do something else. We'll see. I'll reevaluate once it's my turn. Just force him to use some of those activations on his creatures. See what he wants to do here. If anything, nothing. Okay. Alright, so I will go ahead and cast this because, again, it just forces him to use it. I don't really want to tap out with either of these guys, actually, so you know what, I'm perfectly happy just to let him you know, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I mean, he can do 6 a turn. Still is going to take him quite a bit of time to do that. And by putting these other guys down, I tempt him to use his Ubelsaw, which, you know, I'm fine with. He'll probably just continue to use the bat now, because that's a pretty good win condition, but again, I'm not too concerned about that. Again, it's going to take him a long time to kill me this way, and that's kind of the whole point. Is just to do my best to run him out of time. I mean, it seems like kind of a crappy way to win, but, you know, sometimes you do what you got to do. And if you can't win in time, then you can't win. So yeah, do your 6 a turn. I mean, that's, you know, 3 or 4 more turns basically, but I guess it's more like 5 turns. If he's really only doing, if he does 6 a turn, 1, 2, 3, yeah. If he does 6 a turn, even if he does 8 a turn, that's still a pretty good clock for me. And he's spending manas on Elvish Visionaries and stuff, which doesn't really do him much good. So another land, so we'll just pass the turn back. These Hunt and Beasts are definitely doing a nice job of keeping some of his guys back, which I appreciate. Yep, keep the good times rolling. And it's just fun. So I'll get him hopefully down to 15 before the game's up, so that's fine with me. Yeah, I'm still at 32 life. He's got such a long way to go. Yep, keep on trucking. So he'll probably just use this as his win condition. And I don't have any way of interacting with it. But that's fine. I definitely should have held on to that Righteous Blow earlier. Might have had an opportunity to take out that Archaeomancer. He probably has another one in hand. I mean, he's going to be the point where he's going to have to start discarding cards. Of course, if I were him, I wouldn't even worry about discarding cards. I mean, who cares? He's wasting his time with piddly stuff. I mean, I guess drawing another land can be helpful, but I mean, he's literally not doing anything. I'll play a land. But there's no reason to do anything here, so I've got him down under 15 minutes. And if it takes him that long to beat me in game 2, I'll actually win. So, I mean, that's why it's worth sitting here is, you know, I don't really have a good answer, but he doesn't have a great win condition, so yeah, he can do 6 or 8 a turn, but probably not 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So if he doesn't cast anything right now, he can do 8 a turn, which definitely, you know, it's a 3-turn clock. That's something. But it's not that big a deal. And this is where the life gain's really nice, because I was up to so much life with these Seraphs. It really provided me a nice little cushion to be able to drain my opponent down here. So I've got him under 15 now, which is great. Centaur Healer is actually really nice because that's a Blood Hunter bat activation. So I'm delighted with that. Don't have to do anything with it, can just cast it and sit back and let the good times roll. So again, I apologize, not the most interesting game, but you know, certainly, you know, at this point you got to do what you got to do, and this particular deck is very, very slow. Certain players have gotten pretty fast at it, and often, you know, it's worth just conceding. You know, when you know you're going to lose in a practice game, you know, it's like, okay, fine, you got me. But in this particular event, I'm not willing to just concede like that. I'd much rather keep playing, keep pushing, and yeah, see what I can do. I mean, he's definitely eventually going to win here, but it's going to take him a long time to do it, and I probably can't get him under 10 minutes, but it's going to be close. And this particular version doesn't seem like it has a lot of win conditions. So, and he didn't even go ahead and use his other activation there, which kind of surprised me. I would have expected him to do it. What else he's got? He's got a rat. Okay, here, have a pacifism. And he can run me out of cards. I certainly am not worried about that. So he's not going to do anything. I'm not going to do anything. Drago. So 3 more turns now, probably. Maybe 4. Maybe I can draw another Centaur Healer. I've got 1 more in the deck. Oh, he's going to make me discard. Hey, you know what? I'm not sure why he's doing that, but I'm delighted because it's just using up more of his time. Have a land. Anything else you want to do? You want to do it again? Hey, he does want to do it again. Wonderful. And the last card is... Yep, you guessed it, it's a land. Congratulations. You've drained my hand of land and given me another turn as I watch your clock slowly tick down to 0. And so yeah, still at a pretty healthy 19 life. Alright, it's his turn. Okay. I'm losing track of even where it is. So this unfortunately means normally my games go pretty fast, but you know, when I'm trying to run my opponent out of time, it's not going to go fast. And so now he's having to discard. I mean, that's fine. Probably trying to save time. I will go ahead and use the Caravan Vigil. That's fine. What is this? Alright, he's just going to flicker now. Oh, he's going to make me discard it. Alright. Again, that's basically slowing his whole thing down. I am perfectly happy to let him have another land. I didn't think about the fact that he can do that in upkeep, and basically, I mean, he's got the game locked now, but he also has this nice little chess clock that's slowly ticking down, and the way he's going, it's going to take him till 10 minutes left in order to beat me. And so that, I mean, that's definitely the plan of victory I'm writing, is just to make him spend all his time and energy doing what he has to do to win. So I should be able to get him under 10 minutes now, or at least pretty close to 10 minutes at the rate he's going. So that's fine, and he's not even using all his activations. Which again is fine, because it's just using up his time. And there's no reason for me to do anything. So he'll go ahead and make me, and when he does, I will common bond. We'll put 2 of them on the Primal Hunt Beast, which again he can't interact with. That's fine. Flicker away. Yep, I'll discard all the cards in my hand. Here you go. Opponent's up to 50. So he's got 1, 2, he's got 3 activations this turn if he wants to. And he's under 11 minutes now. Yep, flicker, flicker, flicker. So this is 6 damage. So yeah, probably not going to last much longer. But I still think I can get him just about to 10 minutes, which is great. Flicker, flicker, flicker. I mean, he definitely could be trying to trim down some of my 1/1s and attacking in. That probably would have been a better plan for him. Just would have been slightly faster than the little bit of damage he's doing. But I'm perfectly happy just to sit here and let him discard and let him whittle his time down. So I got a Seraph, which I assume he'll make me discard. Of course, if he didn't, I would quickly play it, but I'm going to assume he's going to make me discard it. He is. Okay, that's fine. I will just F6 and let it go. Alright, so we got him under 10 minutes now. So that's good for me. Assuming I can just set up a nice defensive strategy game 2, I should be in pretty good shape. So 1, 2, he's got 3 activations here, which isn't quite enough to kill me. But he should kill me on his turn. And nice thing is there are definitely some nice cards I can board in that, while certainly doesn't make it easy, it gives me at least a couple more options. So he's continuing to do his flicker, and his time is continuing to clock down. So yeah, this is, I mean, you want a strategy to beat Ghostly Flicker. One of the ways you do it is by gaining a whole ton of life and forcing your opponent to spend just a whole lot of time trying to whittle your life down to win and let their clock tick down. Also, having abilities to having ways of interfering with their combo obviously is really nice too. Graveyard removal targeted removal where you can. A little harder in green, obviously. Green and white doesn't have a lot of targeted removal, but there's a little bit. So it looks like this will be the end of round 1, but got my opponent under 9 minutes now, so that's pretty good for me. So he'll has one more activation here, so we'll get him close to like 8:30 or so. I refuse to go down. You must actually kill me. So he's just starting to stack them, I guess, which is fine. So you can just put them all in the stack and then let him go. And I will give him the good game. Alright, sideboard. So back in apparitions come in. A lot of stuff can come out. I don't need these pacifisms at all. Actually, I think that may be the only, these Celestial Flares aren't great, but I think have their use. Obviously, Righteous Blow comes in. One-Eyed Scarecrow doesn't really do much anything against him. Cloud Shift is a possibility, but I actually didn't see a whole ton of targeted removal. I think I'd rather have the ability to pump my guys, so I don't really see anything else that I would like to swap in and out. So I think we will just run it back like this. Yes, I would like to play first, and yes, I would like to mulligan that. That's not great, but it is fine. I would not like to mulligan. So I'll be able to get a turn 2 Loyal Cathar and start attacking. Oh, and my opponent must have F6'd. That's unfortunate for him. Hey, oh, and I draw a land. Alright, so get a Loyal Cathar out, and I'm going to be able to swing in for quite a bit here, so that is nice. Celestial Flare is not great. We'll do 2 here. Really wish I had another land, but I don't. Or I'm sorry, I have lots of lands. Really wish I had anything but lands. Because I am just really drawing slow here. I should be flooding the board with creatures. Instead, I'm barely got anything. Here it might be worth playing a Celestial Flare, though, if he has a creature. He may not even have a creature. A Gatekeeper? Rats. Well, okay. Rats is fine. Righteous Blow is nice. Obviously not going to use it here. So he'll take 2. Oh, he took 3. Interesting. So he probably wants to flicker the rats, I'm guessing? Got an Ubelsol. Okay, so to hurt the Loyal Cathar, so that's not bad for him. Okay, so Common Bond is pretty nice. I could put them both on here, but I think I'd rather hit with that one. So let's go ahead and just attack in here. See what he wants to do. So he's going to block there. I think this is a great use of Celestial Flare. Missed the mana for some reason. So we'll go ahead and drop him down to 6. He could easily have one of his Gatekeeper guys, but that's what it's going to take at this point, so that's pretty good for me. Does he have it? Oh, he just has that. Okay, that's fine. Loyal Cathar is pretty nice. So this is pretty much a must block. Assuming I'll just block with the rats, that's fine. Get a Loyal Cathar out. And might just be able to pull this off. It's going to be tight. He could very easily get back into this. But I've got a fast enough clock here that he's going to be hurting. Even in our Cam answer here, oh, he has another Ubelsaal. Ubelsaal's pretty good for him. So this does 2. So that's actually fine. I'll be able to take out both of the Ubelsaals here. Which I think under the circumstances, oh, he's just going to do it that way. I mean, I think, do I go ahead and kill one of them? I think I do. So drop him to 1, drop the Centaur, and he's going to need something pretty big here. May actually have a chance. Because this no longer does it. He could do an Arcam answer. I mean, he could have murder. I mean, he's got lots of things here, but he's going to have a hard time getting 2 guys off the board. Okay, so we got one of them off. So you have the ability to get the other one off. Another Ubelsaal, okay. But he's got a chump here. So the travel prep doesn't really do me much good. So keeping his guys in the graveyard is definitely going to be helpful. He's down to 1 card. Of course, every turn that goes by, okay, so he's got that. That's fine. Another chump blocker for him. Gate creeper, so now he's starting to get the blockers up, which is unfortunate. Oh, he's even going to attack in. Bold. Ugh, really could have used a creature there. Because toughness really is just not the name of the game here. Really need him to draw land here, I think. Okay, probably didn't draw land. No, he did. Well, that's pretty good. So it ended his turn. Pretty happy about that. Should be able to get him pretty good here now. We'll see. So he actually needs a flyer now. So the question is, do I go ahead and activate it? I mean, if he has a flicker, he gets pretty good value out of me wasting it. Yeah, I still think I'm okay with that. So we're just going to go ahead and take out the, I guess, the victim of night. Oh, I should have travel prepped first. That was a mistake. I guess it really doesn't matter, though. So he can block and then do his little thing if he wants to, or he could die. Okay, so he does have the ghostly flicker. That's alright. Oh, he doesn't have the ghostly flicker. Okay. I don't think there's any reason to play the travel preparations here. So now he's got no creatures out, which is good for me. See what he's able to do here. Could be a Ceruli. Yeah, he's found a Ceruli. That's fine. Let's see if I can find another creature here. So see if he blocks before he doesn't. So he's just going to take 5. Okay. I think in that case, I'm happy to go ahead and pump once. I could pump again, but I'd rather leave Celestial Flare up. I don't think he'll attack, but he might. Oh, and he just gave up. All right. So that was game 2. We're going to game 3, leaving him with 4 minutes. So I think just because of time, I've got a pretty good chance here. Again, cloud shift's probably the only thing that's worth even considering, but I kind of like the way I've got this built. So I think we're just going to run this back. So he's got to beat me in 4 minutes. I'm feeling pretty happy about that, but it's definitely not a guaranteed. That's decent. Definitely won't mulligan that. He had to mulligan to 6. He kept his 6. Okay. So I draw into a Celestial Flare. Caravan Vigil for a Plains. So next turn I will be able to drop the Visionary. And hopefully set up a decent defense. So there's no reason to get greedy here. I don't have to beat him fast. I just have to hold off. So that's certainly worth remembering. Nice thing about this deck is it is not very fast. Get a Visionary out. Hopefully not draw a land. Loyal Cathar is great. So next turn can play a Loyal Cathar. See what these got here. A Rats. Happy to discard a Plains. And immediately draw into another one. There's no reason for him to attack into the Gate Creeper Vine, so we'll just drop the Loyal Cathar. I did play a land, didn't I? Yes, okay. Pass the turn back. My opponent's under, it's about 3.5 minutes now. Nothing. Play another card. I don't think there's any reason why I can't just swing in with the Loyal Cathar. I mean, it's basically a free attack anyway, so I might as well. See what he's got here. Probably a Ubelsaw. No, he's got a Gatekeeper. Okay, well, that's fine, but it doesn't really do much. I'm going to go ahead and play out the Sentinel Spider, I think. Now there's really no reason to attack. Got my defense up a little bit here. See what this is. Ubelsaw, another Gatekeeper, that's fine. So definitely not going to be able to win with damage, but I don't really need to. Is there any reason? Well, it's possible. So we'll leave both Celestial Flare and Beckon Apparition up. Pass the turn. He's under 3 minutes now. So with what he's got on the board, I'm not too terribly worried. Another Caravan Vigil. Whoops. Helps if I tap the right mana. So we'll get another Forest here. Just thinning the deck and pass the turn. So now he's under 3 minutes. Just keep ticking him down. Doesn't look like he has much of a win condition, so that's definitely good for me. Haunted Fingraph is not a great draw, but it's fine. Again, there's no reason for me to be attacking here. I might as well just play defense here. So he's going to flicker those. Okay. Think I'm happy to just get rid of this Fingraph. See what else he wants to do here. Got a Murder? No. Nothing. Okay. So let's see if he has the Archaeomancer here. Looks like it. So we'll go ahead and get rid of the Ghostly Flicker. Down to 2 minutes now. Hey, and there's a Seraph. We'll go ahead and get into play just so I don't have to discard it. And I guess I'll go ahead and hit with the Spirit Token. I mean, there's really no reason not to. I don't think I'm likely to win with damage, but you never know. So he's at 3 cards. See if he has another ghostly flicker here. Ubelsol, okay. He's just going to go ahead and kill the spirit token. I'm fine with that. Another planes is not great. We'll just pass the turn. Do I want to hit him? Probably should have, just to gain the extra life there. That was probably a mistake. It's probably not going to matter, but the life gain is definitely not something to be overlooked. Let's see what he's got here. Gonna flicker something. Okay. I will discard his planes. Oh, that was dumb. I shouldn't have let him do that. I mean, it won't matter. I'll get it this time. But I'll lose my Celestial Flare. So that's unfortunate, but yeah, you know, you do what you gotta do. So that's my bad, but again, it's taking him up time to do it, which I'm happy with. So now I have no cards in hand, but he also has no flicker. I've gotten rid of 2 of his flickers, so hopefully he doesn't have a 3rd in hand. But he's got under a minute to deal 22 damage. Feeling pretty decent about that. He does have another one in hand. But, I mean, again, I'm not too terribly worried about what he's doing with it. He definitely would have won if he had the time. But fortunately for me, he does not have the time. Celestial Flare isn't great, but in the off chance he could have flickered there. But in the off chance he actually attacks with something. Okay, so he's just going to do it now. But I'm fine with that. I'm pretty sure he's not going to do 22 damage in 14 seconds. So that is just fine. So even though I couldn't have normally beat this deck, I did manage to win. I did, and you know, to be fair, I did win a game. So that's something. I'll go ahead and travel prep, just, you know, because I can. Plus, you know, if he did an F6, it would have made him respond. Looks like he did F6, but again, it's fine. I'll just F6, and that is that. Alright, well, that is another win for me. Not the way I usually like winning, but it certainly is a way to win, and that definitely is one of the options when you're playing against Flickergate. So, thanks for watching. In closing, let me remind you, you can keep up with all my writings and articles by following me on Twitter at the username gwyned42. That's GWYNED and the number 42. I also regularly publish articles over at puremtgo.com. Search for me by the username gwyned on that site, or find the link in the description of this video. I also maintain a blog now at writeradept.blogspot.com, and you can also find that in the description. Finally, if you enjoyed these videos, please remember to subscribe to my channel and post any feedback or comments. Thanks for watching.